How do you feel about today? Fired up?
Great. We're going to win. You're seeing here the best get out the vote efforts in this state and in this country. And you not only are seeing numbers, but you're seeing enthusiasm. The Republicans got a pile of money, and we're going to trump their ace with our people.
So do you really feel that the party is galvanized this year?
You betcha. And we're getting a lot of help from the Republicans. Can you imagine a fellow who claims he's from Michigan, out of the automobile industry, who is saying, let Detroit go bankrupt? Can you imagine a fellow who says, you know, Chrysler is going to send Jeep production to China, and the GM is going to do the same thing? Can you ever recall an instance where the auto industry has come out and said that the statements of a Republican candidate are plainly and openly untrue? I'm not saying that they're saying he's a liar, but telling an untruth comes pretty close to telling a lie, doesn't it?
What is the biggest issue you think voters have to consider today?
The future. Jobs, the economy, and how our kids are going to do. Are we going to educate our kids? Are we going to be competitive? Are we going to out-innovate? Are we going to out-educate? Are we going to out-organize and outwork the foreigners? Under Obama, we can, we will. Under Romney, all they'll do is get out and cut the heart out of all the programs that make our people, good morning, that make our people competitive. And I can't honestly tolerate a situation where they're going to take away the future from the kids in this district, where they're going to end the retirement of the folks, where they're going to terminate manufacturing. The auto industry is the heart and the soul of manufacturing in this country. And yet he wants to give it up. Not this poll. We're not going to do that. And we're going to save it in spite of it. And what you're seeing out there is people who agree with me.
Right. I wanted to also ask you about your congressional race. How are you feeling about that?
Well, I feel good. I've never marched into a campaign under the flag of defeat. And I've won more than a few where they said I was going to lose.
And sir, last thing, Proposal 2, obviously a big question today with voters in Michigan. Protecting working families has been on the minds of many. Can you just speak to that at all?
You bet. The Constitution is a place where you define the structure of government and where you set out the rights of the people. We protect speech and religion and property, securities in the home, protection against improper search and seizures, the right to attend the church of your choice, or not, as you so desire. But it's also a place where you should have your rights to employment and dignity in the workplace protected. Since the United States had gone to protection of workers' rights, we have seen labor come to be. We've also seen labor begin to develop the middle class of the United States. I can think of a lot of precious rights, but I can think of none more precious than a fellow being able to go out and earn a decent living and to be protected in his employment so that he or she can provide to their families a decent future and a decent quality of life. So that it's very clear that these rights belong in the Constitution. I would note that I just found the other day that these are rights which have already been put in our Constitution for state police and certain officers in law enforcement. So I don't think that expanding that right is going to do anything other than make this a better country.